to Gaston Spotlight. I'm your host, Micaela Abarrientos, and with me in the studio today is Kate Carmody, Kelly Hinson, and Brian Bookout from Gaston College Study Abroad Group. They are here to talk about all our upcoming trip to Ireland in November. Welcome. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Good. All right, it's a pleasure to have you here. So my first question would be, how did the study abroad trip came about for students?
Yeah, so the study abroad program at Gaston College was started by Bob Blanton in 1978. Bob Blanton was a history instructor and department chair for over 40 years at Gaston College. And since 1978, the Gaston College Study Tour, Study Abroad, however you want to call it, has visited over 100 countries.
Wow.
Gaston College students and community members have been all over Asia, Central America, South America, and Europe.
Wow, that's truly exciting. So, Kate, this is a specific question for you. Tell us how this Ireland trip came about.
Well, a few years ago, the three of us had the pleasure of going on a very similar trip to the one we're about to take, and it was amazing. But we were talking about, the amazing thing about our trip is that we work with the Institute of Study Abroad Ireland, and they are able to sort of customize the trip for what we want. And we really wanted trips to be student-focused, not as much community-focused. Even though community is welcome and encouraged to go, we really wanted to make it great for students, but we were trying to find some more things that CTE students, like yourselves in this room, can be included in.
Okay, gotcha. So it's focused on CTE, like what type of programs in the CTE? Can you specify by any chance?
Actually, any student at Gaston College will benefit from this trip, from history, art, music, English to technology, broadcasting, engineering, welding.
Wow.
There's something for everyone. We specifically designed the trips to include everyone in it. And also, we like the Institute of Study Abroad because they truly love community college students. That's how they started, is trying to get that population that is underserved in study trips like this. So they really focus on community college students, and you see that throughout the trip. Right. They talk to students, they sit with them on the bus, they're very encouraging to our students.
Right, so speaking of the trip, what can students expect for this upcoming Ireland trip?
Well, they can expect a little bit of everything. They will get the experience of a large capital city like Dublin. We'll spend a couple of days on this trip in Dublin, exploring many of the great tourist attractions, historical sites in Dublin. We'll travel to Croke Park as an example. Croke Park is the home of Gaelic football, a very unique Irish sport, and hurling. So if you've ever seen hurling, just a very neat, unique sport, unique to Irish culture. We will explore that historic park that was built in the 19th century, tour its museum.
Wow.
We'll see other sites such as the Book of Kells, possibly the Guinness Storehouse, the Henrietta Tenement Museum. And from Dublin, then you'll really get into the beauty of Ireland and the natural landscapes as we travel west towards Donegal. So we'll visit prehistoric Irish cultural sites such as Newgrange. We will explore national parks such as Glen Bay National Park. We will hike majestic cliffs such as Slieve
Wow.
Leave. We
That's
will
exciting.
tour remote islands. We'll eat great Irish food, lots of potatoes, lots of fresh fish. Certainly we'll sample pub atmosphere. Ireland is famous for its pub. So students can expect a little bit of everything. They can expect fine dining, tourist attractions, and natural landscapes.
Wow, it's truly a packed itinerary, isn't it?
One unique thing about the setup for this trip is students are really immersed quickly into the Irish culture because we stay at an apart hotel in a small town. So they're in a small town for the majority of the trip. They get to interact just almost like they live there, because it's an apartment style accommodation right in the center of Van Doren. And they're quickly immersed into how the Irish way of doing things.
Wow.
They'll even learn Irish,
Yeah.
traditional
Wow.
Irish.
So it's kind of like you experience it on real time. Is that correct?
Exactly,
Wow.
exactly.
Wow.
And they get to have roommates.
You get to have
For the
roommates,
week.
that's
great.
right. They
Yep.
get to go to the local grocery store, to the movie theater, all kinds that you would do here, but you get to see how they do it in Ireland.
Right. So how long is this real life and real experience going to happen in this Ireland trip? So how long is it usually?
We leave on Friday, and you arrive overnight into Dublin Airport. So we arrive on Saturday morning. We spend Saturday in Dublin. Sunday we get up and we head across country to Van Doren. And then we stay in Van Doren and head back to Dublin on Friday to spend the night and then return home on Saturday.
Oh, all right. So for the cost, how much does it cost and how do students register for this trip?
Great question. Certainly, the beauty of the trip to Ireland is the low cost of this trip. To be able to study abroad in a European country, students at Gaston College and community members are looking at the very low cost of somewhere between $3,400 and $3,800. And that would include airfare, transportation within Ireland, 2 meals a day, any ticketing to the tourist sites that we go to. So that's a very, very low price. Most trips are going to run you anywhere from $5,000 to $6,500. So certainly students and community members can contact any of us. They can also go to the Gaston College webpage. When they look under student resources, they can scroll down to GC Scholars, is what this is under, and then travel programs.
All right.
And that's how they are registered. And deposits are made through the Gaston College business office, which they can do in person or they can call.
That's great. So I have a specific question for you once again.
Okay.
If you were pitching a student on why they should go, what would you say or tell them about the trip?
I think the coolest thing is that you get to experience kind of what you've been learning in your classes internationally. You can apply the learning that you've had in the classroom to an international setting. And I think the storytelling and all the history you get, and just if you've never traveled abroad, just getting that experience of what another culture is like is absolutely invaluable.
Definitely, and students can put it on resumes, even resumes for going to a four-year institution or getting a job, because there are a lot of skills that they're going to pick up in just going on the trip.
Right.
In the past, we've had students who've never been to the airport, obviously never been on a plane, so just even that experience of flying or sitting cramped up in a seat because you didn't know what upgrade meant when I told you to upgrade your seat. That happened.
I know specifically who she's talking
Yeah. So, you know, things like that happen, but then you get there and through the storytelling that Neve does, Neve is the study abroad leader in Ireland, she weaves the stories from their culture, their folklore, their mythology, and then steps back and allows the students to connect that to what we do in America. And the connections are amazing.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
I think she sells the trip.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to engage young people these days, as you know, but she is so compelling with her storytelling and makes it so engaging that it's very easy to want to pay attention to what she has to say.
And a lot of that storytelling and learning is impromptu. It just, we may be passing by a structure or a farm, and she will engage the students with, you know, what happens at this place since 1916, or you know, and it's not all about history. There's literature. There's students will learn about Ireland's past, but its emergence from its past to being, a cosmopolitan world player with a lot of global companies that have headquarters
Yep.
in Ireland. A lot of that has to do with tax purposes. But they will learn so much about Ireland. So I think it's a very easy way for our students and community members to immerse themselves in a different culture. It's like Kelly said, and it's Institute Study Abroad Ireland makes it so easy. This is the perfect trip, and this is why this will be our third time going, because it is such a good trip.
Right. So you have led this trip several times before. Why do you keep on coming back?
It's the Institute of Study Abroad Ireland and their connection to students that make it such a unique trip. And community members have gone before also. My family went on a trip, joined in. And even that, you're not going to get a trip like this just going with the tour company somewhere. It's very unique setup and encompassing the Irish ways every day into every lesson. It's just immersive, and you don't always get that on a study abroad trip.
I think another amazing thing is their connections with the community.
Yes.
They know everyone everywhere, and they're able to set things up that a regular tour company could not. Like last time we went, I got to interview an Irish podcaster.
Wow.
And got to be on a podcast because he knew I had interest in that area. So that's really unique experience you won't get from a regular tour company.
And also a unique experience, sometimes other colleges are there. So
Right.
our students get to interact with students from Virginia Tech or Lenore Ryan University. So it's just a good experience all the way around. It matters not your age.
Or your interests.
Or your
right?
interests.
Yeah, it's for everybody.
Right. So what do you hope students will gain from these experiences from this trip specifically?
Well, I would think you would gain how to understand other cultures.
That's true.
And learning about another culture, you learn the logistics of travel. This is very easy engagement in it. And I think learning how to do that builds confidence for students. Like Kelly said, it's something employers are looking for global competence.
Right.
And understanding issues surrounding cultures. I just kind of sharing an example, I have a family member who works on Wall Street, and he does research into other countries for the firm that he works for. He gained that by traveling. And when he was in college doing study abroad to places like Australia and Japan.
So these experiences are truly beneficial for students, which is amazing. And speaking of students, if a student have never been out of the country, how will this work? Because I know some students are worried about the travel. How does the logistics happen?
Well, first they have to make a deposit for the trip, and also they have to have a valid passport.
Gotcha.
And passports actually have to be valid 6 months beyond the travel date. So even if we're going in November and your passport doesn't expire till December 30th, you won't be able to travel. You have to have 6 months left on your passport to travel. So that's an important thing. So they need to get that passport. And passports are last for 10 years, I think, once you get them,
years.
right? And then they just need to really start following our direction. We'll have some meetings. We meet them at the airport or wherever we designate or decide, and we're going to walk them through security, going and coming, what to pack. That's an important, maybe how to pack so you can get it all in. And then coming back, the unique thing about Ireland is you clear American customs in Ireland. So you have to go through 2 types of security. You go through the Immigration and Customs of Ireland to exit, And then you have a little shopping area. And if you have time, you can shop, but then you have to go through American TSA and Customs.
Right.
And the great thing about that, even though that process can take a while, is once you land back in America, you don't have to go through Customs here. You've already cleared Customs. But we try to be with students every step of the way
Right.
and explain, don't take a pocket knife with you, and don't take pepper spray. That's
Right.
illegal there. So we go over all of that with them.
Yeah, we make it very easy. We also help students their scholarship opportunities through the generous donation of the Gaston College Foundation. So we help them apply for those scholarships to help reduce the cost. So all through the beginning to the end, we help students navigate the logistics of the trip.
We even helped them at the airport, being like, I wouldn't put that through security if I were you.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. Like, I would take that out of your backpack. You can't take that through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we helped them literally every step of the way.
Yeah.
That's good. So what do students have to prepare for, like for going to this trip? What should they bring or what should they do?
Well, they need to take register for a class, right? That will allow them to get credit for the trip.
And if you're a community
okay.
member, there's a continuing education course that's $49. And more information about those courses and continuing ed course will come out a little bit later. But right now, we do have courses in humanities, Web 288. We'll have courses in economics, psychology, sociology, biology, chemistry, English. We're trying to provide a range of courses that students can take to meet the needs of their program pathways so that they can stay on track for graduation and choose a course that they're interested in for their own careers.
Gotcha. So is there a specific course that AV students or sports media students have to take in order to go to this trip?
Yeah, it'll be Web 288,
Oh,
the same
okay.
course. So CTE students have one course that's created for them, and arts and sciences students will pick something related to what they're studying.
And the way that we've broadened it for career and technical education students is they have a variety to choose from their general ed core.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're trying to accommodate without forcing students into the same course.
Yeah.
And that way, if they want to do more than one study abroad, they're not repeating that same course,
Right.
And then they're not getting the credits really they might need. It might be keeping them from getting credits that they need to graduate. So by providing a range of courses, that gives a lot more opportunities.
So they only have to take at least one course. Is that correct?
Correct.
And if they're a community member and you don't want to register as a student, we have an option in Con Ed. And that course will discuss Irish culture, travel tips, very easy, just introduction to travel for $49.
All right. So I noticed that you have a sort of like a poster, and if you don't mind just bringing that up and explain to us what are those QR codes for our viewers or students who's watching.
So you'll see these all over campus. So if you find one, there's a QR code to get your name on an interest form. So you'll be receiving all of our emails. And then the other QR code is for our scholarships. And that's a picture of cliffs in Donegal.
Wow.
So we will spend most of our time in Donegal. So you can see the natural beauty and the landscape that you see on the wild Atlantic Way on the western coast of Ireland. So that's what that is.
All right, that's awesome. Well, that's all that we have for today. Thank you so much for coming in studio. And I'm really excited for what this trip is going to happen, like how it's going to go, because it's truly interesting and it has a lot of information and experience for the students that I know that they will enjoy. And hopefully that everyone can come.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for today. You can find more information about the trip on gaston.edu. And if you'd like to see more of what we do here in the audio-video program, you can follow us on Instagram at Gaston Broadcast. I'm your host, Micaela Abarrientos, and this has been Gaston Spotlight.